What's up, dudes? This is Krama from Days Past, here back again with another video for you guys today. This is actually the first video of my essay format series where I'm going to write down an actual script and have an actual prepared written statement for you guys for the whole video, along with some cool background beats and some relevant pictures. Today we decided to delve into Charizard and why he is the people's lizard, and in my opinion, the best starter Pokemon. When I was a kid, talking about anything that wasn't Pokemon was like speaking a different language. Then again, I've always felt with Pokemon, you can speak other languages.
This is the end of side 1 of this record. Please now, turn it over for the second side. This is the second side.
Charizard's always been a personal favorite of mine, and of yours, unless you're dumb. Because it's Charizard. He's a giant fire lizard that breathes fire and stuff. Especially when your other options are a turtle and plant dinosaur thing. Just kidding, I love you, Venusaur. On top of the fact that everybody knows that fire types are almost always the best starter. Not you. Also, no, I have not played Pokemon Sword and Shield. But I have played every other Pokemon game, and with the exception of some crispy bacon, fire types are almost always the correct choice. This is a good time to start talking about Charizard in a more gameplay related aspect. In Gen 1, he's a pretty good option as a starter, and I consider them all pretty even, because he does have a harder time, yes, with Brock and Misty, but after that, he's pretty much smooth sailing. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, the next iteration of Charizard shows up as a starter option. He's again pretty decent, and actually has a bit easier time due to you having more available Pokemon to cover his weaknesses because of certain gameplay changes. The other two games where it's possible to have Charizard on your base team for most of the game are the Special Edition Pokemon Yellow version, where you end up actually getting Charmander quite a ways through the game after really his weaknesses have already been covered. Pikachu beats Misty pretty well. You already have the badge from Brock, and this gives you the opportunity to train up Charmander and get him to a much stronger Pokemon, and honestly the best fire type you can hope for in that game. Following the Special Edition Yellow version, he is also available in Pokemon X and Y as a choice, although, as I mentioned before, not at the start of the game. However, he is also weirdly kind of better here than the games if he is a starter Pokemon, because you do get Mega Stones, and therefore you get access to both of his Mega Evolutions, which are both extremely powerful. Charizard's regular form has enough stats to complement him nicely. He has enough special attack to be dealing a lot of damage with his fire type moves. He has enough physical attack that if you want to throw in a wing attack or a fly, it's actually useful. And he's fast enough that he can pretty much sweep through most of the gameplays that you go through with the games that he is respectively in. Next we'll talk about Charizard X. Well, he actually doesn't increase his speed when he Mega Evolves. He drops the flying type and he gains the dragon typing. This has a couple of different effects, both positive and negative. The main negative is he now has a weakness to ground type moves, which he was normally immune to. This is particularly a problem because Earthquake is so prevalent and useful. However, as a dragon, he can now hit other dragon types super effectively, which normally he had a bit of a problem with because they do resist his normal fire type stab attacks. And also, he just gets Tough Claws, which is an amazing ability when you want to go physical, and because of his high special attack, you can also mix in special attacking variants. Mega Charizard Y actually serves a bit of a different function in the meta. While Charizard X, back in X and Y, and even nowadays, was commonly used as a massive wall breaker because of his high 130 base attack, combined with Tough Claws, and the very good dual attacking type of Dragon and Fire. Charizard Y is actually Fire and Flying, which is still a pretty decent attacking type, along with the fact that when it comes up, it brings out Draw, which brings out the Sun, which boosts all fire moves while the Sun is active, along with giving Charizard Y the niche of being able to use a one-turn Solar Beam, a 120 base power grass move that completely covers its weaknesses to things like rock types, ground types, and water types. In In double battles, like VGC, Charizard Y was particularly potent because it could bring out the sun for its opponents, as well as the use of Protect, making it super annoying in 50-50 guessing situations, and the fact that with a partner Pokemon that can cover its weaknesses and also take advantage of the sun, it became pretty meta, and honestly you saw them everywhere for a long time. The last portion of what I want to talk about today is how Charizard relates to us as human beings, and almost more importantly, as little kids. Nostalgia goggles are a thing, and they are very strong. The fact that most of us who play Pokemon, watch the anime in some form or another. We may not have liked Ash, we may not have liked all the things that happened in the anime, but there is one fact: you loved Charmander. He was adorable, and any child that had ever been on the wrong end of a parental figure who was not the best parental figure could relate to Charmander. Because of Damien and how Damien treated Charmander, and the fact that he was abandoned, made it very relatable to some kids who had unfortunately had to face some harder things earlier in life. Because of that, when there's the redemption arc of Ash picking Charmander, it creates more of a bond that sticks with you on an emotional level, myself included. Then, you see that Charmander was abandoned even though he wasn't weak and he wasn't useless. He was actually quite the opposite. Charmander proved early on to be one of Ash's strongest Pokemon, if not his strongest Pokemon, all through Kanto. Then he got over-leveled, and Ash didn't have enough badges, and the relationship got even more complicated, adding more character depth to a Pokemon that could only say its name, but somehow, when I look at it, I have this emotional bond of wanting Charmander to do good, wanting them to be Ash's strongest Pokemon, and wanting Ash to have to learn their respect because sometimes he didn't deserve it. And that's another reason why I related to Charmander and Charizard so much, and why I think they're the best starter Pokemon. I've always been told to leave things on a good note, so I figured I would end all of my videos, or at least the essay format ones like this one today, with some memes for you guys about whatever subject I happen to be talking about. Some of the memes I may insert my opinions on them if I think they're worthy. Others I'll just let you guys enjoy while you listen to music. That covers all the topics I wanted to discuss in today's video. If you've made it this far, please take the opportunity to provide some feedback. Could be more of what you want to see, more of what you don't want to see, or really any feedback in general is wonderful so the channel can grow and provide better content for everyone. If you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video in any way that you can. It means a lot, and I really do appreciate it. This has been Kurama from Days Past, and I'll see you guys next week.